My question is, what do you tell men and women when their lack of adherence to the archetype selected for in heteronormative spaces actively hurts their dating chances? Okay, my my answer is that generally speaking, I think that people's success in the dating market, especially guys, is going to be influenced more by their charisma and their ability to read the room and navigate the social space that they're in, more so than their adherence to any particular set of, like, gender characteristics. Femme guys and mask guys can both pull colossal amounts of pussy if they have, like, a basic understanding of the place that they're in, the people they're talking to, and themselves. I think the real issue isn't so much that deviation from gender expectations makes it difficult to date, though it can in some environments. I mean, depending on how conservative the area you're in is. It comes down more to the fact that, like, a lot of guys who are, like, kind of feminist or, like, move over to the left or whatever, like, it's not just that they question some of their toxic masculine characteristics, it's also they turn into, like, this weirdo, like, kind of, like, self-neutering, like weirdo dude who no longer feels comfortable casually navigating social spaces because they're constantly self-checking, which is horrible when it comes to, like, natural charisma, you know? I think you have to be like self-aware, and you have to be sort of confident, and both of those things can be disrupted when you engage in introspection and you change the way you address and react to and adopt masculine or feminine characteristics. But that doesn't mean it's impossible to. You just need to have that same level of self-awareness, you know? This is why there are lots of guys out there who are perfectly socially competent, and then they transition to girls and they're fucking cringy as hell, okay? Now, of course, the funny thing is that a lot of it is self-imposed, right? Because if you think about it, like, okay, so imagine in your mind a person so don't imagine any voice or any appearance. Imagine a set of behaviors. Now imagine a set of behaviors that people would find generally pleasant and charming, whether you're a man or a woman. Like, just imagine a person, and then imagine their sex and gender being just like an additional set, like just like a skin wrapped around it, like just like a dressing paper, you know what I mean? Where whether they're guy or girl, like, people would like them. They'd be good to be around, you know what I mean? The thing that's weird is that there are a lot of guys, they're actually girls, but guys who are, like, totally fine socially and are self-aware and capable of socializing, and then they'll transition. And then in the process of rediscovering their identity, they also suddenly unlearn all of the gender-neutral behaviors that they had adopted that made them likable, because they associate those gender-neutral behaviors with their guy persona. Even though the behavior was gender-neutral, it was how they acted as a guy, so they think, like, well, I can't do that anymore. Like, I'm a girl, you know, so now I have to do this other thing. But it's like, no, you don't have to abandon that too, you know? Just because you had hair as a guy doesn't mean you have to shave it as a girl or whatever. Like, you don't have to do something to your eyebrows. It's okay to let some stuff survive the transition. There's a lot of human behavior that's just kind of gender neutral, or is basically just slightly modified with, like, some, like, gender sprinkling on top, but for the most part, it's just, like, you know? But then society sees you as a manly woman. No, there are literally, like, gender neutral. Have you ever noticed there are trans girls who can't even say hi? Like, they can't even say hi anymore. Like, as a guy, I said hi. So now that I'm a girl, I have to do some other thing. Like, there's some other, yeah, hi. Okay, but there is sort of a patriarchal bias against women being confident or loud, which can be neutral charismatic traits. Yeah, but there are, like, limits to that, right? A woman like, generally speaking, most people like women that are confident and, like, a little bit loud, you know? Obviously there are misogynists and there are, like, fucking boomers or whatever who won't, but generally speaking, like, that's a likable, like, oh, that woman is confident and a little loud. Oh, okay, like, that's likable. It's likable to be those things, you know? Obviously people are going to give you shit, but hey, that's just part of being a woman, okay? Sorry, if you didn't want to be subject to sexism, maybe transition into being a guy again. Maybe transition into being a guy from a guy. But you didn't, did you, loser? No, now you're a girl. Fucking idiot.